this final segment of Community Focus on MCTV, we welcome Dexter Brigham, the Director of Theater Programs at the Midland Center for the Arts. Dexter, the month of June is going to be a busy one at the center, and we want you to tell us about the events and the activities that the Matrix Midland Festival will present.
Okay, well, this year is the 41st Matrix Midland Festival. It's going to run from June 2nd through the 23rd, and as you know, the Matrix Midland Festival is kind of the Center for the Arts in a nutshell, in a little 3-week window. It sits at the crossroads of the arts, sciences, and humanities, and we have kind of a wide variety of different events in that kind of short period of time. This year we have just about a dozen different events happening through those times between June 2nd and the 23rd. And we'll be starting off with David Pogue is our guest speaker for the opening night on June 2nd. He is the former columnist for the New York Times. He's currently the tech critic for Yahoo Finance. He's a best-selling author, and interestingly enough, he's a former Broadway music director. He's actually a guy I know from way back in the day, and he's going to be giving a very funny and yet insightful examination of what our world looks like in the future, in the world and in the future that includes AI and cloud computing and computers in our pockets. How's that going to influence our future? Then following in the coming week, we have Diana Krall, who's of course the jazz superstar, and she's actually returning to the center stage because
right, she's been here before.
Yeah, one of the things that Matrix prides itself on is discovering those up and coming artists, and Diana Krall was one of those who was on our stage much earlier in her career, and so we're really excited to have her back again after she's found so much success. So she'll be with us on the 4th, and then the next day we have another great musical act, the Dust Bowl Revival, and this is much more in the land of one of those emerging artists. They've been getting a lot of press recently. They're like a bluegrass Americana group who's recently moved in a new kind of aggressive, more soul-inspired direction. So if you're a music person, Dust Bowl Revival is a band to come and see. Then we get into a couple of events that are free events. So on the 7th of June, we are partnering with Dow Chemical to present the Science of Speed. Now we just recently moved that over to Loon Stadium because we know that it's going to be a really popular event. We have some really great athletes. We have this year's winner of the Daytona 500, Austin Dillon, as well as Olympic silver medalist Chris Mazder and Olympic bronze medalist Aaron Hamlin. So we're going to have lots of free family activities. We're going to have the NASCAR vehicles out there. We're going to have autograph signings and photos. Lots of great fun for the whole family. And then a few days later on the 13th of June, we'll also have NASA astronaut Dr. Michael Barrett, who's going to be joining us for a full day, and he is giving a keynote speech at 6 o'clock in the evening. So we made it earlier in the day for families. You can get free tickets at the box office. You can bring your kids down to meet a real live astronaut who's been up into the International Space Station twice, most recently in 2009. Then backing up a little bit to June 8th, we have the hometown boys, the Kiefer Brothers, who own Rusted Rooster Media. It's not very often that the Matrix Festival gets to feature some hometown artists, but we are partnering with them to produce a live version of their really popular reality television show, Dropped. So the Kiefer Brothers are going to be on our stage for that night. We're also going to do a little bit of a crawfish boil for them with some VIP patrons prior to the show. They have promised me, I think they're also planning on, we're talking about maybe if we can get do a little bit of live archery on stage. So people come to see that, they'll show off their art form, both in terms of their skills as hunters and in terms of their skills as filmmakers. Then we got some much more kind of lighter fare coming up in the following week. On the 14th, we have the Best of Second City. We've had them, I think it's been about 10 years since we've had Second City with us. They're going to be coming up. Yeah, they're going to be coming up from Chicago. And then in honor, as our little hat tip to the wedding that was just a couple of days ago, the royal wedding. So we will be having Chef Darren McGrady, who was the personal chef to Queen Elizabeth II and Princess Diana and the entire royal family for over 12 years. He's going to be joining us for 2 events, one of which is a keynote where he'll be doing some demonstrations and telling stories about his time with the royal family. And then for a small group of special VIPs, we are offering a private dinner, a private 4-course dinner with the royal family's favorite recipes and wine pairings and lots of great stories with Chef McGrady. So we're excited to have him with us. And then as we close out the festival on the 22nd and 23rd. So on the 22nd, we'll have the Hot Club of San Francisco, which is a gypsy swing band, and they're going to be doing a show called Cinema Vivan, which is an early 1920s, the earliest possible animation. So it's these silent films that are early animation that are being set to music that's played with live music with this gypsy swing band. So if you're a fan of Django Reinhardt and like 1920s swing, this is absolutely a great night, both for film people and for jazz lovers. And then we'll kick the whole thing off. Our big finale will be our block party on the 23rd, which will feature 10,000 Maniacs. So it'll be a really jam-packed 3 weeks.
What's the admission price for these events, and where will they all be held?
Well, all of the events, with the exception of the Science of Speed, which will be at Loon Stadium, all of the events will be at the Midland Center for the Arts. Prices are, there's a price point for everybody. We have 2 events, Science of Speed and Dr. Michael Barrett, that are free events that are open to the whole family. You can get tickets to the block party, which includes 3 different bands, wine garden, beer garden. You can get tickets to that for $10 for adults and free for kids. And then we have, the pricing for all of the different events is available on our website, but it runs the whole gamut.
Okay, and where can folks get more detailed information, including the pricing at your website? What is the website?
They can go to our website at midlandcenter.org.
Well, Dexter, thank you for joining us and laying out the exciting agenda for the 2018 Matrix Midland Festival.
Thanks for having me.
We're glad that you joined us for the June installment of Community Focus. We've learned about some useful, informative, and educational activities that we can all look forward to in Midland in the coming weeks. The Community Focus program is just one of many activities of the Friends of MCTV, activities that continually support and promote our local cable access television station. If you'd like to join the Friends of MCTV or learn more about our organization, you can like us on Facebook, email us at friendsofmctv@gmail.com, or call or visit the MCTV studio in the Grace A. Dow Memorial Library. And remember, if your club or nonprofit organization would like to join us at this table in the months to come, you can find our application online at MCTV's section of the city website, or you can visit MCTV in person to submit an application. We'd love to have you be a part of Community Focus.